Dana Brooke versus Asuka was better than Omega versus Jericho. Quote me. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the first Wrestling is Real podcast, video, whatever you want to call it. I am the Mad One, a.k.a. GL Lambert. I'm on the line with the Shawn Michaels to my Diesel, Be More Banner, and this is the first of many episodes, and we're going to start with the Royal Rumble and go all the way to our live Wrestlemania broadcast, because we're going to be down in New Orleans, and we got
Yes, we are.
Sean Waltman, we got Scott Hall, we got Kevin Nash, and they all said they're not doing our show, but we'll be there, so it'll be all good.
Right, we'll be there. Well, first and foremost, like the man said, it's Be More Banner. Wrestling is real. And tonight we're going to be talking about Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. What do you know about that, GL?
Woo! The New Japan Wrestle Kingdom match between Omega and Jericho, Alpha versus Omega, it lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
I think Jericho was a little sluggish at times, but, I'm not going to nitpick it, because a man that's his age doing this and not looking all flabby and sick like old school
like
Ric
Larry
Flair,
Holmes, like what they say, like Larry Holmes,
like Larry Holmes or Larry the Axe Hennig. But
right.
Like, you can't complain about Jericho because he was doing moves. He was wrestling strong style. I mean, I grew up watching Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah.
After age 50, basically have to be carried around the ring. So it's like I can't really critique Jericho because he's doing it better than anybody I think at his age has ever done it. So the big news after the match, Jericho, of course, lost. Omega retained his U.S. title. And then I guess New Japan had a New Year's show where Jericho attacked Naito, who fought Okada. Naito. The rumors that's been bubbling, I'm sure you heard this, was Okada versus Jericho in JPW World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, so I actually, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I just heard that rumor earlier today. And let me just go back to the performance, okay? This man is almost 50 years old, man. This dude has reinvented himself on numerous occasions to fit with the time and just totally destroy it. And Chris still got a lot of moves for you. So, like you said, he appeared a little sluggish at times. But when you look at it, you look how the man sold everything, and you look at how he came in and he was wrestling like the old school, like Jericho, like as a striker.
And I'm sure younger fans were like, selling? What's selling? Because today's wrestling, like, they don't really sell that much. Which I'm not gonna get Jim Ross with it, but to your point, he did sell. He showed the ring psychology of a vet, which I see why he's in your top three. So you thought it was a good match?
I thought it was an excellent match. I would have to watch the Okada Omega again and put those two together because to a degree I kind of like the Jericho Omega more, but that's probably just because let me say this. That's probably my Jericho bias, and then the fact that I like really started to like Kenny Omega maybe 3 months before that. Maybe 3 months before that Okada match. That's when I really was like, yo, this dude Kenny is like a beast. So it's like, I think that's just my bias for those two wrestlers in the ring against each other.
Dana Brooke versus Asuka was better than Omega versus Jericho. Quote me. No. See, that's how you hurt their feelings. See, if I would have said that and been serious, we would have got a million emails and tweets and I'm gonna murder you because I'm a mark and I don't think anyone is gonna debate you too hard on that opinion because it was a great match. And I off the top of my head, I think the Okada one was better because that was the first time I've seen Okada, I think, since the AJ one. And I was just like, I had to be reminded how good he really was and the whole strong style stuff. So maybe it was just my newness to the product that made me love it so much. But this one was it's definitely one of the top three matches of the year.
Okada's a pretty big dude, man.
Oh, he's the rainmaker. Making rain on that ass.
He's only 30 years old, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6'3", 240 pounds, but he's only.
So hopefully by the time he's 40, WWE learns how to push Japanese superstars in a proper way, and he can come over stateside. But I'm not holding out hope.
Right. It's just crazy.
And speaking of Okada, who was once in TNA and wasn't used properly, let's talk about another person that wasn't used properly in WWE.
It's Austin Aries. What a story, though.
Austin Aries proved that you don't need the WWE to make money and to be successful and to create buzz. Like, he's using the independents the way you're supposed to use them. The same way Cody Rhodes has used his time in WWE. Austin Aries has done that. And Austin Aries is your new Impact. Well, I guess it's called the Global Belt instead of the World Belt. I don't know. Those Canadians need to figure that out because it's still kind of wonky. And get new title belts.
Global Force Wrestling, GFW.
Well,
I don't know.
They can't use Global Force Wrestling because that was Jeff Jarrett's, even though they brought the name.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Jarrett went to rehab. He got pushed out of the company, and it's all a big mess. So they're rebranding as just Impact Wrestling. So I guess we'll call him Austin Aries is now the Impact Wrestling Champion. How do you feel about that?
Okay, well, first and foremost, I just want to say congratulations to the guy. But aside from that, like 6 nights ago, man, this man just won the Defiant World Championship as well. So Defiant Wrestling is actually what WCPW was, and he beat Marty Scurll for the championship. So nice. That's crazy because that's in another country right now. Then this man came and he won the TNA championship. So
Impact.
So like I said, I'm cool with that because I've seen the man work, but when he was in WWE, they just couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything with each other. So and when he first showed up at that first independent show, like after all that time, I didn't think it was going to work for him independent. I thought he was a wash. And maybe a month later, here we go. Austin Aries is the man in 2 different places. So
the world's coolest vegan, Austin Aries.
Does Aries go back to the big show?
All white? Oh, you mean WWE?
The WWE.
Yeah. I think in maybe a few years. I don't think he goes back within 2018 or even maybe the first half of 2019. I think he comes back when they show him the money and they promise him a contract and a road schedule that's conducive to his mental health. Because Austin Aries is an older guy. A lot of these older guys, be it Goldberg or Lesnar or even Cena, it's like they don't want to be driving from town to town anymore. That's like they don't need to pay those type of dues. And I don't think it's too much to ask to say, look, I'll work limited dates, but I'll give you the best in-ring product you're going to see when I do show up for those dates. And maybe Austin Aries isn't on that level where you say, oh, he's not like Brock or Cena where he could demand that. But I think to a certain extent he could demand, like, all right, don't have him overwork on 205 Live or every SmackDown. Like you had Kevin Owens doing. It's like, save the man's body. Give him something for those pay-per-views so when you see him pull out those crazy moves, it means something. But that's a critique on the larger product.
Right, and not to interrupt or get off this topic right here, but that's how I felt they screwed up with Jinder Mahal, bro. I think that they had Jinder Mahal on SmackDown way too much as the world champion. I understand that you're trying to establish the character, but if you're going to establish the character, you want him to be so hated, and then he comes in and he wins every time. That it's always some way to get this guy to win. I think they messed that up. He just shouldn't have been on every show. I feel like they just threw him in and every week, and it just got people just sick of him.
They overexposed Jinder Mahal.
Absolutely. And the cool thing with Austin and age, of course, age is working against him. But the guy, what I watched the last 6 nights, he looks good.
Speaking of where Austin Aries used to make his money at. Can you handle it? Can you handle it?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the talent that you got now. You don't even need 205 Live though. Like you really don't need that. Like WCW ran product with the cruiserweight with the the cruiserweight division, bro. You don't need this show. And you had Neville. You got Enzo Amore that nobody likes, but the dude everybody loves to hate him, and that's what's getting the eyes right now on 205 Live, and I don't know what the hell.
It's the only reason I watched like 2 episodes in the past 2 months.
Right.
To see what Enzo is going to say. I just want to point out a statistic I just looked up. How many matches last year do you think Jinder Mahal competed in?
How many matches do I think he competed in? Total. I think Jinder Mahal was in the ring at least 230 days.
He competed in 185 matches. Of those 185 matches, he lost 124 matches. That's not good math for a champion.
Are you kidding me?
Jinder Mahal lost 124 matches. Brock Lesnar wasn't even in 4 matches. Was he? Maybe he wasn't 4. Maybe he was just at 4.
Exactly what we were just saying. Like that's unbelievable. Like crazy fact that you don't even want to hear about a champion.
You know who has a bigger winning percentage than Jinder Mahal? Nikki Bella.
Nikki Bella,
and she probably wrestled 10 times all last year. So there you go. They did a better job of not overexposing Nikki Bella than they did of overexposing Jinder Mahal.
The champion.
Shout out to Total Divas. Who's gonna stop me now? But speaking of stopping somebody now, Rich Swann's career is on hold until he goes to court and they decide if he's guilty of domestic violence or assaulting his wife.
He was arrested and charged with battery, and he feels as though it was false imprisonment. If you're famous, if you got some money, a little bit, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have, all of that stuff is against you, and an argument with no contact could turn into you going to jail for a domestic dispute that never happened. That's what's going on in the workplace with sexual harassment now as well. So Matt Lauer and all of them. So this is the age of saying someone did something to you and you didn't do anything. But I'm not saying that the man is innocent. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I just think that like you said, his career is on hold. Well, guess what? It needs to be on hold until we get to the bottom of it. But I look at it as I see what's going on. Everybody watches the news. Everybody sees what's going on with all these accusations and things like that. And I think we just need to get to the bottom of that. And broads need to stop trying to get that a quick dollar, because that's what's been going on.
There you have it, the controversial take of B. More Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to come at him, ask him questions, have him expand on that, give him your Twitter.
Please do. And if you want to find me on Twitter, it's UFB_WILL.
I will say this on this topic. I am proud that the WWE, and I know Triple H was the one on the conference call about it, I'm happy that they have the wait and see mindset rather than saying, you know what, this is too hot to handle, he's fired, figure it out later. Because that basically ruins a man's career and makes him guilty before he's even been tried. Not all of these accusations are true, or some of them are exaggerated, but we can't come down the side of the women lying or the men lying until we both get both those sides of the story, just to be fair to both people.
Right, and to add to that, we've known each other for a very long time. We came up, and what was the one thing about
we knew each other since Kane was Dr. DDS Yankum.
Yeah, how about that? All right, so
when the Repo Man was still in demolition.
Right. Who? Let me see. With the cowbell. What's my man there? And the Four Horsemen.
When Barry Windham he was always Barry Windham.
right. So, but
the point is, we know each other a long time.
Right. That and the reason I say that is, I mean, you get where I come from time to time, and we don't disagree on a whole lot, but the stuff that we do disagree on is like, okay, we could discuss that while we don't. Now, coming up, where did you meet most of your, female friends or girlfriends? You met them at the workplace. I'm one of them. I met my wife at work. I know a lot of people that have been through that. You can't even do that anymore. You do that now. If you do that now, it's like, oh, this guy is sexually harassing me. This guy is making sexual advances at me. Like, this is happening everywhere, man. But yeah. So, Rich, I don't know. Hopefully he can get his career back on track. Hopefully this is not going to sideline him too long. And it could have been a misunderstanding. So, that's how I feel about that.
All right. Well, it's time to get into what you guys came here for, the Royal Rumble. We have a women's match. We have a men's match. We have a whole card full of championship matches. This may be the greatest pay-per-view WWE has put on in a long time. WrestleMania is included. And we're going to tell you why. But first,
American Dream.
Make sure that you go to www.unitedfanboys.com. And we already put out the Twitter. And also, you'll be able to see this video on YouTube, on the United Fanboys YouTube page. UFBW show. We've been doing it since WWE 2K15. It is WWE 2K18 right now. I'm in season 3, and I will tell you that this is probably I'm more pumped up for this season than I am for any of them. And I think I did more mass production last season, but this season, yeah, I'm creeping up on the Battle Royale, our pay-per-view, our next pay-per-view. It's a UFBW Battle Royale, and it's, of course, our version of the Royal Rumble. And we've already put it out. We've already did the community creations, and I'll extend it to you guys because the pay-per-view is coming real soon. If you are a community creator in the WWE universe on PlayStation 4, and you have a character of at least 89, no more than 89 on the overall, with a gimmick, you go ahead and you put them on community creations, hashtag UFBW.
Gotta have a gimmick.
Gotta have a gimmick. Hashtag UFBW Royale. You do that, we're going to go through the list because your character could be the number one contender for the UFBW World Heavyweight Championship, and you will be competing for that title at Wrestle Wars, which is our version of WrestleMania. So,
you hear that, people?
Do you hear that? And then guess what? You could be facing the legend, Jay Awesome. So,
there you have it.
This shit's gonna go through the roof, man. God damn, I'm shitting gold these days.
Royal Rumble. We're only a little over a week out. A women's match, a man's match. Which are you more excited for?
I am excited for this Women's Royal Rumble because it's so many women that we don't know that are going to be in this match. Like, we know them, but we don't know, that they're coming. We don't know exactly who else is going to be in this Women's Royal Rumble. So it leaves it wide open. I'm not going to say anything or yell anything out now. I'll just say that Mae Young Classic, man, I would really, really, really like to see Piper Niven, man.
Yeah, I didn't even think of Piper Niven. Wow. Good
I
pick.
would really like to see Piper, man.
I would really like to see Trish Stratus.
Really?
If she's not pregnant or doing some yoga somewhere on a mountain, I would love to see Trish Stratus be one of the final 4 in the Women's Royal Rumble. Not to win it, because she doesn't need the push and she's not going to be a full-timer, and I think this should be reserved for someone who's really going to be there. But I think for it to come down and have Trish Stratus near the end solidifies Trish Stratus' legacy as the greatest, the GOAT. She's the GOAT. She's the female GOAT.
She's the female GOAT. Okay.
So who are you, besides Piper Niven, who do you think is going to come in and surprise you and possibly win it?
Asuka, man.
No one's ready for Asuka.
But the reason now, hold up. But wait a minute. I say Asuka, but then there is one other person that I think. Right. It's one other person I think could come in and win the Royal Rumble, and I think it could be Ronda Rousey, dude.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Bertha Faye, but yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Will Ronda Rousey not only debut at the Royal Rumble, will she win the Royal Rumble match? Because it makes sense if she enters it, she has the win. Take the whole women's division that they've been building, this whole revolution, and use it as a platform for Ronda Rousey over someone like, say, Asuka or Paige or Ember Moon.
Brother, here's what you do. If you, from my understanding, Ronda is training her ass off right now, dude. I heard she's been down at Performance Center. She's been in Florida. Bruh, if she is really, really putting in that work and training and learning, and who knows, you love, people love to hate her. It's not much that she's going to have to say.
Love to hate her.
Right. It's not much that she's going to have to say on the microphone. So if you're going to do it like that, man, if she wins Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Charlotte, Ronda Rousey, because
I'd buy it.
If she gets like a 5-match deal off top, dude, I'm telling you, she wins the Royal Rumble because you want her to face Charlotte. You want her to face Asuka too, though.
Mm-hmm.
So
you want her to face Sasha.
You wanted to face Sasha. You wanted her to face all of the horsewomen. The other, you know what I'm saying? Like you could even do it like this. She could run through all of them up until she get to Charlotte at WrestleMania. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's so many different ways you could do it, but then people are going to say, well, what do you do with Asuka? Asuka is Asuka. Asuka's going to be the women's champion eventually.
So you're saying that the Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble match, it doesn't matter if Ronda Rousey comes and win it because you can still position Asuka versus Alexa Bliss or Asuka versus maybe Paige at WrestleMania separate from the whole Rousey fiasco.
Absolutely.
Ronda Rousey comes in with more heat than Nia Jax has been able to get in the 2 years she's been on the roster. It's like you need somebody like that to elevate. It's not a Floyd Mayweather situation where someone's coming in just to get a check. She will come in. She will put in work, like you say. She's an Olympic caliber athlete. She doesn't want to look silly doing moves. She doesn't want to look silly taking a clothesline. She doesn't want to look silly stumbling around a ring.
Right.
She's going to do her best to be as smooth as possible. And if anybody can catch on to ring work, it will be Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Coming to the ring. You understand what I'm saying? Rowdy Ronda Rousey, bruh. Like, look at Brock.
Roddy Piper gave Ronda Rousey his blessings before he
died. Exactly. So, I mean, you guys, just think about something. Just think about some of this stuff. Did you know that her great-granddad was black?
Ooh.
Did you know that?
I can see that.
There's a movie about her great-granddad. There's a movie out. It's an independent film, and he is a black man. How did she get so white? Anyway,
a quick take on the whole Riot Squad, Absolution thing, especially Absolution because I think they have way more shelf life than the Riot Squad. Do you remember when the NWO first, not debuted, but when they were that first 6 months of the NWO run? That first 6 months of NWO, they were terrorizing. How many matches did the NWO have on TV during those first, like, say, 4 Nitros after Bash at the Beach?
Say how many matches?
You don't remember. You don't remember it. I don't remember it. People listening don't remember it because you don't remember the NWO's ring work. You remember them taking over the set, pushing Eric Bischoff and Bobby Heenan off, talking trash, and getting their characters over. They were getting the gimmick over. With Absolution, Paige can talk. Mandy can talk. They don't have to be big and tough. You come in, you jump people. That's what heels do. That's what NWO do.
That's what heels do. Right.
You talk your trash on the mic. You run away. You come back when anybody thinks you're gone, and you cause more damage. End of show. You build their character on the mic. We know Paige can wrestle. Mandy looks better than she did in NXT. We don't care. I don't care how they wrestle. I assume they can put together a good match when the time calls for it. What's going to get any of those women over is personality. It's a reason why Nikki Bella won more matches than Jinder Mahal. Personality. Ain't gonna stop me now.
So, you think you're untouchable? Word life.
So, the men's Royal Rumble match.
Okay.
Who's gonna win?
Can I have a Raw or can I have a Raw and a SmackDown?
Yeah, give me your top 2 picks.
Okay, all right. So if they went the Raw route and had a Raw wrestler win it, I would say the Miz wins. If you go the SmackDown route, I would have to say Jinder Mahal wins.
Why do you think Jinder Mahal versus AJ Styles WrestleMania is big enough for SmackDown?
I think it can be, but I think it can be. You just got to work it right, man. Like I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff that I looked at, and you overwork that guy, man. You don't have to do that to have an intense rivalry. You want everybody going in the ring. You want everybody going in the ring at the highest, at their highest level. And you can't do that if this man, you already told me the amount of matches this man had and how many matches he won out of all of those matches, brother. So it can happen. It can be done right.
Okay. But here's my pick before we dive deeper into the match and what it means. On the Raw side, my pick was going to be someone totally different, but now I'm going with Finn Balor. Only because of the reunited
the club. Yeah. Okay.
And on the SmackDown side, I'm going with Shinsuke Nakamura because WWE realizes what's going on over in Japan. They know what's going on with Jericho and Omega and Okada, and I think they want so desperately to prove they're not soft. They can have 5-star matches. I can't remember the time. I think they got a 5-star match, I think, from Meltzer. But they want to prove that
right, Meltzer goes all the way in, too.
Yeah, because I think he doesn't have the stomach to watch the WWE in-ring wrestling because it's all kind of cookie cut at this point, as Daniel Bryan would say. The thing is, Shinsuke Nakamura, I think he's lost his confidence. He's like the Derek Carr of WWE. Like, he's not what he was before because something's gone wrong mentally and he just doesn't believe in himself or believe that he can make these people happy. So I think putting him with AJ, letting them build a feud that's not about him talking or him having to say something witty, but about his legacy, where he comes from. Let them do these interviews speaking Japanese. Let them shoot vignettes over in Japan, both of them paying homage to the history of where they both came from, leading up to the big WrestleMania match. He may not get over, but you get him. You get him right on that straight and narrow where he needs to be. And does he win or does he lose? Doesn't matter. I think the point is you give him opportunity to be who he was over in New Japan.
And they wrestled for the belt before in Japan.
Exactly.
And it was a hell of a match.
Understatement. The rest of the card plays out with AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman and Kane. Just looking at those two title matches, both with 3 people in the match, AJ Styles isn't going to lose to Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn.
Right.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense to do that, right?
It would be cool having Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn goof around with saying we're both champions.
But they just did that with Jericho. He just did that with Jericho with the U.S. Championship.
Exactly. And it doesn't get you anywhere in terms of a buzz for WrestleMania.
Right.
Lesnar, Strowman, I feel they would like the belt to be on Strowman, but it's
what
not
if they
time.
give it to Kane?
Well, Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble last year, so any strange things have happened. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, last year Randy Orton stunned the world by winning the Royal Rumble. We all like to forget that. And he did absolutely nothing.
I totally forgot that
belt or the opportunity. It was a waste of a Royal Rumble winner.
It was. But
like,
who do you blame? Who do you blame?
Vince McMahon. Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Okay. The man that took money out so he can bring XFL back.
This is the XFL.
Now
run it into the ground, damn it.
Right.
Linda, come here.
You never know, man.
And those puppies. Is that harassment?
Dude, hold on, wait a minute. You saying that? This is crazy. That's crazy. You saying that? The shit that Vince used to do back in the day, Attitude Era, man, he would be in jail right now. Like everybody that worked, everybody that was wrestling would be in jail because they either were fucking or they got married to somebody that was in the biz, and everybody was freaking off and everybody was doing drugs. Man, I'm telling you, the Attitude Era, they would be in jail right now because it would be a case
even
for everybody.
Even Bret Hart allegedly had some sunny days.
Right. Right.
Kane could possibly win as a shock value. He wins, loses it the next night on Raw.
The next night.
That's his history. Remember, he beat Stone Cold and lost the next night.
Right.
So outside of any circus things where like they do a quick switcheroo, what's the pay-per-view before WrestleMania? Fastlane? Anything outside like a quick switcheroo at Fastlane, I'm still going to assume that Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles are going to be the champions. So you're picking Jinder Mahal versus AJ, or does he go for Brock Lesnar?
He
was denied his Brock Lesnar match by the powers that be.
You're right. I remember that. That's right. Because Survivor Series was supposed to be, and AJ, they put AJ over. That's interesting. If you do that with Jinder, are you going to put him over Brock? But we could discuss that later.
We can go back to fantasy booking like, this is what should have happened to the Rumble. But for now, we'll stick with your pick is Jinder Mahal will win the Royal Rumble. Possibly. Who was your second pick?
The Miz.
Oh, that's a great pick because the Miz. Who's hotter than the Miz right now?
Right, that's what I'm saying. The Miz wasn't even in the ring for the past 2 months. Was the Wrestler of the Year? Like voted Wrestler of the Year.
Rolling Stones Wrestler of the Year. Shout out to the Miz.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And I remember when we were at WrestleMania that one year, and I was like, yo, dude, like the Miz came up, man. I remember when this dude nobody thought this dude came up. He actually carried that match against John Cena at WrestleMania. But that whole Rock thing. So,
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
They can do all kinds of things with Jason Jordan because he's headed towards the heel turn.
Right. Could Jason Jordan be a champion? A world champion one day?
I'm going to go on a record and say no.
Okay.
Right. I don't think he doesn't have it.
Maybe this gets him it. Maybe what he's trying to do right now, what they're trying to accomplish with him right now, maybe that gets him it.
I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he's gonna get there.
You don't think it? Okay.
I think Xavier Woods will be world champion before Jason Jordan.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, we said it. I went there.
Wow. Okay.
Jason Jordan.
Let me throw something your way real quick. Let me throw this question your way real quick. Okay. All right. If we don't see Ronda at Royal Rumble, does she interfere in the WrestleMania match with Charlotte versus whoever?
No. I think it would be a waste of money just to have her do a run-in at WrestleMania. I think if you're going to hold her off after Royal Rumble, you have her come the Monday after Raw.
The biggest. I got you. Okay.
I think it's either she's the payday for WrestleMania or she's the payday post-Mania leading up for the whole reset of the wrestling season.
Because the new year, WWE's year starts the day after WrestleMania. If you want to place Ronda in that season right there, this would be the perfect way. This would, from April to April, you would be able to do some big things with that.
Exactly. So to recap, ladies and gentlemen, Marks and Marquettes, the Women's Royal Rumble, Timo Banner is picking Asuka to win. My pick is Ronda Rousey. If Ronda Rousey isn't there, I'm going with Paige.
Really?
I'm going with Paige over Asuka.
Really? Okay. Well, okay. Well, we shall see.
This is my house.
Her voice, boy, it's like her voice kills me. She can cut the hell out of a promo, but her voice is like, it's like, to me, like fingernails on. Oh God.
That's a good thing her sex tape didn't have any audio.
Oh God. How many? Which one? Shit.
All 20 of them. That girl likes to get it in.
Bro. But I know. What about the pop shot with the title though? Like that shit was crazy.
Damn it, we gotta change belts.
Right,
we gotta change belts.
That's
coming out of your paycheck page.
That's just going real hard,
walk
man.
around with this.
Right, we're not putting this on her.
Her jizz belt.
Unbelievable.
NXT jizz belt. So, Paige for me, Asuka for you. Men's Royal Rumble, you're going with Jinder. I'm going with Shinsuke. Raw side, you're going with Miz. I'm going with Shinsuke is
Finn Balor is what you said.
Oh, Finn Balor. Oh, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. Should Finn Balor just call it a career in WWE and just go do what Cody's doing, what Austin Aries is doing, what Kenny Omega's doing? Should he leave WWE for greener pastures? Because clearly McMahon and crew don't know how to use him right. You're using Finn Balor. You're using Prince Devitt like he's Apollo Crews. After the initial, his music is cool, pop is over, people will sit on their hands or play on their phones. So he isn't resonating with fans during the match, and we all can see that because we're not blind. So I don't think that's a McMahon problem. I think that was Balor not having the avenue to show his personality. Gallows and Anderson. Funny as all hell. And that's what they bring the Finn Balor. They bring that out of him. They bring the real him out of him on TV so he can be more loose, more free. And it's already shown in the past few Raws.
Already over the past 2 weeks. Over the past 2 weeks, you see it's like you see him getting that. He getting his, he getting his touch back, man. Him winning that title and getting injured and being gone and coming back. Storylines that they tried to put him in when he came back. I think that's what hurt him.
Yeah, it did hurt him. It was Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt, right.
Bray Wyatt does nothing for anybody's career. Then it was Who Wants to Walk with Elias. Like, that did nothing for his career. It's like Elias became more popular than Finn Balor off that.
Elias is pretty good, man.
Yeah, I like Elias. So he has character. Say it with me, people. Character. That's what wrestling's about, not these 30-minute matches in the middle of an overly long Raw where you think, they're getting over because they're putting headlocks on. No one's getting over in these long, dumb matches that we see the same people in and out. It's excruciating to watch.
With all of the talent that you have in the back, there's no reason why you have the same exact people fighting each other every week, man. Like that's like,
oh, Titus O'Neil, oh, Dana Brooke, oh, like, come on, we seen it. I'm over it.
You know, right.
Give me your best guess of the biggest surprise of the Royal Rumble, the biggest surprise entry, be it someone from another organization, someone from NXT, or someone who we haven't seen in years.
Dude, honestly, in the like I said, with the women, we know we're going to be surprised a lot. With the men, I can't really think of anyone that would like me, honestly. And like I told you this a long time ago, I would love to see Bobby Lashley, man. I would love to see Bobby Lashley come back. Is he out of his contract? Yeah, and that's I don't know. But I was just saying, like if I wanted somebody to come back, if I wanted a shock or a surprise, Bobby Lashley coming back and just totally destroying a few people with I would be cool with that. But other than that, man, I can't really think of anything at the moment. What about you? Nobody's coming from Defiant. Nobody's coming from Ring of Honor. So
biggest pop of the night would be if the you hear that dum 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 Goldberg, and out comes Gilbert.
Oh my!
Gilbert would get the biggest pop because Gilbert's like, if Bill Goldberg can do it, Gilbert can do it. He comes in and gets tossed out. It's time to wrap this bad boy up. We gave you guys our Royal Rumble picks. We gave you sexual harassment, Ronda Rousey being black, grabbing girls.
Right.
But so hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back after the Royal Rumble to give you a recap.
Like we always do about this time.
www.unitedfanboys.com. First and foremost, YouTube, The United Fanboys, and of course Twitter, UFB_Will. It's UFB_Will. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you guys for listening. Till next time.
Peace.
Show us the puppies, damn it. What do you mean harassment? This is the XFL.
Man, Mickey know how to wear them heels. I tell you that much. Mickey James can wear them heels. She can wrestle in them too.